As our world spins seemingly out of control, we are all experiencing time speeding up, chaos shifting to a new level, and a yearning to know the greater mysteries of the universe. What does it all mean? Visionary spiritual teachers and best-selling authors Sri Ram Kaur and Kira Ra explore these mysteries, offer live soul readings, and invite you to open up your mind, body, and spirit to the paradigms that are shifting. Bringing you fresh perspectives and timeless wisdom, here are Sri and Kira.
Namaste and welcome to the Voice of Passionate Action. I am Sri Ram Kaur.
And I am Master Lady Kira Ra. And beloved angels, wow, you feel it, right? Yesterday, we ignited, and Sri and I just want to open up right here if you're watching us. This is the fountain of creation at Tosa Blue Mountain. We're going to talk more about the 444 ignition that did happen, that did shift. What's happening right now? We are in, not only are we in an up-level June moment, we are in one of 3 peak up-levels for the entire year. We are in the moment of this ring of fire, hence you see my beautiful Nitaraj and the creation. We are in the moment of this ring of fire, of this profound solar eclipse that's overlaying the illuminated new moon. This is the show you knew you had to be here for, and we are so grateful that you have said yes to this moment. And Sri, I know there's people that we need to say hello to everywhere, so where is everyone finding us
Well,
today?
we want to say welcome to all of our listeners over at Facebook, Oneness Talk Radio's live channel, and perhaps BBS's live Facebook. And lots of folks at Official Sri and Kira YouTube channel where the chat is a love fest.
It's hopping.
I took a peek over there just as we were coming on to make
we
sure.
We saw you just for a second. We
and
were
so,
looking.
Hugs. We love you.
We love you.
And of course,
we love you all.
We're streaming audio to bbsradio.com and onenesstalkradio.com. And I believe both places are picking up the video stream. It's a wonderful world.
It's a love fest, and it is a moment of ignition. And Sri, I'm just like, my heart is breathing, and my heart is breathing. That's actually really true. Yeah, it's like you feel that. It's like the heart is the breath. I mean, I had to sit for a minute and go, that was not unintentional.
A slip of the of the wisdom.
Exactly. But what my heart hopes in this moment is that Sri and I are inviting you to feel what we're still experiencing after the blessing of what happened here yesterday with all of you. And whether you were with us live or not, you were here. And remember that we are in this profound trifecta moment right now. You know, we really are. And this is the ring of fire ignition. You know, this is like the Burning Man of Ascension, right? We're all coming to the party. We're all bringing our unique contribution. We all have the same vision, and we are building this beautiful ring of ignition. And what has been happening since Friday? Remember, this is, that's why I keep calling it, it's like the trifecta, the 4-4-4, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Perfect balance.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, each day
4,
has
4,
got a push.
Yeah, and explosion, right? Because remember that June is what? June is that energy of explosion. And as we have been crossing our own bridge, which would be from Friday, last week's energy, which was what? It was about that release and embrace and how the ego was going to dance with that. How was last week for you? What kind of dancing did you have to do? What was right in front of you that maybe is like a, wow, is that in front of me now? And how did you walk through it? And I found that last week, Sri, and especially as we went into the weekend and all of the things that are happening in density, all of the things that are trying to call people away, that more than ever, that ensoulment that was given to us by the divine directors with those 6 steps, more than ever, I think is for this moment. And while you carry that on for a moment, I want to make sure, that might still be at our homepage, right? So would you?
I don't recollect. But,
let me I'm going to look that up. No, I'm going to look.
Yep. But here's the thing. When we practice deliberate consciousness, meaning what we say is, I am willing to align with my highest energy and look at what's going on from that standpoint, what happens is our consciousness begins to naturally reside in the witnesser of the witness witnessing. And we begin to incorporate those steps that are in this ensoulment, because the ensoulment is actually a little training on how to get behind the projector.
Exactly. And that's what I wanted, and that's the reason I wanted to start here, because it is on our website, ShriandKira.com. If you go to ShriandKira.com on our homepage, once you arrive, just scroll down. There's just little boxes. You find whatever you're looking for. We've tried to make it really easy. Second row, right there, the 6 steps for navigating the spiral of multidimensional presence. Now, why is that so important that I had to stop and go make sure that you could go read that again? The reason is being that June is about what? It is about anchoring in the 5th dimension. And you know, Shri, speaking of anchoring, we are so gone that we did not offer you all those phone numbers, as I'm watching this one call bank almost fill up. So please remember that you can give us a call right now. Let me give you those phone numbers. Get in the queue to either ask a question of Shri for a soul reading from me, a little bit of both, whatever your heart desires. 888-627-6008 is the line over there at bbsradio.com, where you get to say hi to Don, our producer, and let him know if you have a question for Shri. 888-627-6008. And of course, over at onenesstalkradio.com, 517-208-1500. And if you have a question for Shri, *5. And that'll raise your hand, and then we know you have a question for Shri. Did I get that right?
You did great.
I got it right. Okay, let's fly, guys. I really want to talk about this June energy. And so let's first go to the calendar, right? Here we are. You can't miss it. You just can't miss it. Look at today, June 21.
There's a star there.
There it is. And it's not only a star, it has behind it the new moon, right? Plus we have the ring of fire. And notice we put that ring of fire around the star because it is the union. It is the absolute moment of perfect balance, the sacred union, the sun and the moon, the illuminated new moon. The birthing vessel is open, right? This beautiful, beautiful cosmic birthing chamber is open and has been waiting for you all month, saying, hey, I'm ready. What are we going to create? And then this beautiful masculine sun illumination that has come forward with this ring of fire today in its eclipse. We have a full solar eclipse meeting a new moon. And so this is very much in harmony with what we have been calling as the June explosion. And the eye is open. The top of the pyramid is here. And so remember that this is our first moment of violet ray anchoring, 5th dimensional living. June was about what? It was about saying, I am living in the 5th dimension.
Yes.
I am now here. I accept it. I'm not going to resist who I am. I'm not going to resist the truth. My ego can realize that it can trust me because I trust me, right? And so from January 1 this year, and I go back to Tosa Blue Mountain in my heart. Mm-hmm. Remember where you were January 1, but I know here at Tosa Blue Mountain, we danced and celebrated and of course broadcasted live with all of you, the opening of the Ascended Heart.
Yes.
And little did we know what a huge role that was going to play.
This year, we knew that this was an energetic up-level year and in some ways a time out of time.
Right.
But we had no idea the magnificence of the energy that has been greeting us all.
And this is what this week is about, because this week right now is the explosion of consciousness and the unification of oneness. If you are living from the 5th dimensional space and able to, and I was looking for this graphic and I think this is it. I found it. There it is. Perfect. Okay. This is the graphic that I offered you at the very beginning of June. This is showing you remember we had those 3 super full moons in a row that ignited that pyramid you see there in the background. That was March, April, and May. But in June, the eye of the pyramid opened. And then earlier this month, we had the explosion energy come in. It came right in on like the 4th of June. And what you see there in the top right, this beautiful kind of half violet, half green orb with the beautiful energy around it, that's the fifth dimensional experience. And you'll notice what looks like the aurora borealis, because it is, coming down from that fifth dimension into and around this beautiful large violet planet energy. That's the fifth dimensional experience. That's the navigation of living. This graphic I literally created based upon what I personally experience when I enter fifth dimensional space. And this is new, and this has just come in. And this has been part of the blessing of preparing us for this very week. We have had this 6-month period between January 1, 2020 and the very end of this month to engage that ruby energy, to really call that forward, to be with it. And I'm noticing as I'm sharing that with you, I'm feeling a lot of you, right? Yeah. Losing your voice. Remember, we got to open. This moment is about doing everything possible for you to discover that when you relax into your divine nature, in 100% balance, meaning you cannot be balanced if you are angry. You cannot be balanced if you are afraid. You cannot love if you are not loving you. And so this is a moment where all of those energies are spiraling. And this is why that article is so important, because the energy, everything has explosion energy in it. And so in this moment right now, as we move into this week, into today, we are ready to embody that ring of fire around that birthing vessel that opened yesterday and has been creating. Feel that energy. And I just felt a lot of second chakras. I just felt a lot of, first, second, third chakra. Yeah. So this, I want to close this by bringing it back to where we began, which is our ascended heart. This is why, and I'm going to go back to the explosion graphic, because this is why the birthing of the ascended heart in January was what we didn't know was that rather than having the whole year to really anchor that, it's anchoring now, because in order to lift, in order to anchor in your ascended presence, in order to really bring your root center to your heart, you must stabilize the ascended heart. And that's what this June explosion is doing. It's saying, hey, look, we're going to bring January 1, 2021 in now. And this month, all of June, from June 1 until January 1, 2021, we are in this collision of the ruby and the blue, which is calling in the violet. And it means that you have been called. It's like the greatest knock from the universe that could ever come in. It's the knock on the door that says, okay, you've talked about it, you've felt it, and boy, am I feeling third chakra here, Sri. All right, I bet we're gonna have a lot of third chakra hand raising. And so you are ready. And that's what we did yesterday. We soared past our 444 ignition. There were so many more that registered. We thank you. And for all of you that offered donations, know that there are people who will eat because of you and have a place to sleep because of your generosity and kindness. So thank you. Thank you. And the fountain is still going. This is a picture that we took. We have the linga is now restored until we bring it back down to the Violet Ray Shiva temple. But we wanted to enter with that energy today.
You know, we're at an incredible time of manifestation.
Yes.
This energy is propelling consciousness.
Yeah.
And one of the things to remember is that you are constantly attracting to yourself that which is your intent, coupled, filtered through the beliefs and expectations that you have, and that we are constantly manifesting. It's critical at this time to bring your attention, your awareness to the quality of what you are experiencing. because everybody is working with the, quote, law of attraction, whether you're conscious of it or not. However, as we lift into our fifth dimensional ascended hearts, we begin to open up the capacity for the law of instantaneous manifestation.
Breathe that in.
So there's two different attractor fields going on here. The training wheels is the law of attraction, which says what you focus on will come to you. Well, that's a corollary of what you focus on gets bigger. So if we're looking at the negative's going to get bigger.
It'll all attract.
If we're looking at the positive, we're lending our creative energy to the positive, that's going to get bigger. That's a fundamental principle of consciousness. And what happens in the law of attraction is that people get a little perverted, a little greedy, a little bit, I want this and I don't care who else gets what they have. I want.
It's density consciousness. It's consciously commanding density, which is actually a sign of awakening. However, that's the sidetrack.
The sidetrack, that's the perverted side.
Yeah.
I'm using that word, maybe it's a little strong.
It is.
But the reason I use it is because when we are in our heart, what we want is always wholesome for all. We may have a particular personal need that is seeking to be resolved or fulfilled, and yet as that need is fulfilled, we're in a state of balance with all beings and with the world. That's an ascended balance, and that's where we open the doorway to instantaneous manifestation, because our heart is open to receive what is nourishing and appropriate. Nourishing and appropriate. Versus the law of attraction is a commanding the energies to conform to your focus. And your focus may or may not be anchored in the highest place.
So let's talk about that.
Okay.
Okay, let's dive into that. And the reason I want to dive into that is because with the energy of right now, let's talk about what happened yesterday, because this is really applicable. The energy of yesterday was about really trying to stabilize the timeline. Remember that I'm going to go ahead and put up the calendar just one last time to show you that June is a culminating month. We are not going to see timeline energy again, not the ability to work with the timelines the way we have until October. And so this was a culminating month right up top there of visionary transformation through timeline adaptation.
Yes.
And it was also a month to choose to say yes to the absolute truth of who you are. And as you breathe that in, that's where you may find the breath stopping here. That's where that third chakra might be coming up. So yesterday, when we all stepped into that incredible vessel of creation, when that beautiful, beautiful solstice energy ignited for us all, and we went into our moments of silence with that, what we were doing was gathering all of these seeds of creation, right? Energizing them and putting them together so that in the seeds of creation, in our co-created experience right now of this illusion, this timeline, this moment, this everything that it is, that it would stabilize the timelines. Remember, on Friday, when this began, Mercury said, I am here, right? So Mercury has stepped forward in front of you and said, I am here. And the solstice came in yesterday and said, I am ready, right? Presence, wisdom, I am here, I am ready. Today, a ring of fire, a literal ring of fire has come forward and said, I am open. Do you see what's happening? We are each birthing.
Yes.
And in this illuminated new moon, in this peak up-level moment, this is a 24-hour period that will culminate tomorrow. So guide me. And that is why, if we remember that this was relaunch, it was return, and today is remember.
Remember.
I am here, I am ready, I am open. And yesterday, everyone came together. We built the bonfire. We came together, we lit it up, we carried it in, and we had enough critical mass to be able to sincerely send a pulse wave that is magnifying, 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 magnifying. Because as that energy of your ascended presence releases what was last week, release and embrace. So as you release more of the illusion and embrace ever more, choose to embrace the truth of who you are, then as your energy field moves out of density and through and up into the fifth dimension, you ignite vast exponential experience. And that energy this week is the gift of the law of instantaneous manifestation if you are looking at it through the filters of the fifth dimension. Or going right back to where I said, let's chat about this. If you're in density, it will be the law of attraction.
Right.
And it will be the law of attraction used very much from an ego presence that will do everything it can to get its own way and is smart enough. Remember this, the law of attraction is actually a very smart, refined energy of density. And so this is a law that is smart enough that it can be manipulated and actually understand that it's being manipulated as it is happening. And so to be in this fifth dimensional experience, this June explosion, the opposite effect happens where literally as your ascended heart is birthing, because your form is in sacred union and happy and creating, your form will recreate itself in incredible ways for you and show you what to do. What is in front of you right now that you are ready to call into the law of instantaneous manifestation, because you're calling it in from here rather than from here.
And it's an interesting dynamic, and one that will serve you as you bring your awareness to it. Mm-hmm. The law of instantaneous manifestation is foundationalized in an ascended energy.
Yeah.
So this ascended energy is who you are. Many people say, we have a higher self and a self. Your higher self is your true self. Everything else is an illusionary playground.
How fun, though.
And can be a lot of fun. So the law of attraction is a way of cultivating consciousness of energy, consciousness of intent, consciousness of focus. It's training wheels for learning to manage your energy. And it can have some fun, bennies. The law of instantaneous manifestation takes that to a refined level, saying, I am a divine being having a human experience, and I surrender the need to control. Mm-hmm. When I surrender the need to control and I stay residing in my joy, residing in my soul's reason for taking form, having this birth, that which is required for your continuous service just shows up.
Woo!
You don't know when and how, and the part of your brain that's on autopilot from density training is going, I don't know where the next things are going to come from, and somehow it shows up. That's the instantaneous piece when we're resided in the trust of our ascended truth, our authenticity.
It's the seeds.
It's the seed.
Right? It's the seeds. And that's what today is really all about, that as we ignite this solar, beautiful ring of fire around that beautiful birthing chrysalis, whatever word, it's so sacred, I can't come up with a word. But I know y'all are feeling, this is what happened yesterday, is that this beautiful energy was pouring down. They were seeds. They were all of the seeds of the infinite possibilities and all of that gift. And here at Tosa Blue Mountain, Bria Rose actually took that literally. And during our beautiful community film that we share with you every week, today Bria is going to talk to you about how to really sow the seeds of your dreams. And it really brings me to a passionate moment that's happening on the planet right now. And that is, I want to just take a moment and kind of move to the fountain to kind of cue this up. But so we have the Nitaraj, which is the dancing Shiva, the dance of creation with the ring of fire. And then, of course, Sri, why don't you talk about this beautiful being right here?
Yeah, there's Hanuman. And so Nitaraj is really shepherding creation, offering the energy for manifestation. Right. Hanuman is saying, I shall serve that creation. I shall serve the divine intention. I shall serve thy will. And in order to be in service to the divine, we must let go of any need to define it, to shape it, to control it. And so Hanuman exemplifies the ego that has relaxed into the love of the divine service.
And for those of you that have seen this picture, and we're going to have all these pictures up in that video we're going to send out. But what you'll see here is that this Hanuman is very much in his warrior presence of that energy.
He's
saying, I absolutely am. I am, and I am. And I am. And what's so power-filled is that everything you said is that Hanuman arises as the champion. And the champion is the one who says, I'm not just talking about it, I'm living it. This is who I am.
And sometimes to shatter the illusion, we have to be fierce.
Exactly. And right next to Hanuman, which this photo doesn't show real well, but you can feel her energy, is this beautiful violet Kuan Yin. And what you can't see is that I've put some citrine in her hand so that the flow that she's offering is always covered with the citrine, because all of these energies up here, of course, are going into the water that's coming in. And you see again the Shiva Linga. This is our Shiva Linga from the Violet Ray Shiva Temple. It's fully covered. This is with it adorned, as I had been called to do that before the ceremony. And underneath there, it is a very large ruby kyanite Shiva Linga that we are very blessed to be the custodians of. And this is our Nandi little cave of service right there, the Nandi cave of service. This is our Inti, the sun god, which here in Ecuador, yesterday was Inti Raymi, the celebration of Inti. This is, as far as we know, the world's largest Shiva eye. And this is, of course, a big piece of citrine and this beautiful crystal here that's many, many different crystals. And I'm sharing all this with you because as you see the colors and the illumination and the way the water is falling, the energy yesterday that fell into those seeds of creation was the energy of the cosmic divine feminine. And this, it brings tears to my eyes, because we are now in a moment that is opening up today. It actually opened up Friday, but today in the remember, today, when that ring of fire goes around that beautiful moon. I don't know why I'm going to my third chakra. It's like I'm taking the ring of fire and bringing it to my womb. Maybe we should all be doing that. So let's do this. Ignite your ring of fire. Like I'm making like a ring with my hands here. And then I actually already feel it in my third chakra, breathing in, relaxing your third chakra. If it's safe to close your eyes, do that. And as you breathe up, fill your hands. My hands feel like they are on fire. And then, but only around the edges, the inner places like cool, and then you lift it up, exhaling, and I'm bringing it right to where, with the way my hands are, it actually looks like it's going first to third chakra. And I'm just holding it stable, and I'm holding it like it's open, like it's an open circle. I'm going to stand up because they're telling me to stand up. So I'm going to show you guys. Okay, so right here, okay, I have my shirt's kind of big, but right here. So I'm going to start. I've got I'm above my head, right? Okay.
Hands up here.
Right, and we're breathing in. And on the exhale, this is what I want you to see. And really feel that, really invite that, because what I'm experiencing through all of you, I might add, is that we are indeed relaxing more. This is more of that embrace. Remember, that embrace energy is still with us. That was all of last week. We entered into Mercury going retrograde, still in that energy of release and embrace. So embrace. And as you call this beautiful unified field together, this is the moment when it is a moment certainly for women, but it is also a moment that is for the woman that is within all.
Yes.
And I'm really grateful that I have my beloved Shri here next to me, because sincerely, one of the things that Shri and many people comment, is that we both are so not androgynous, but very male-female, both of us. We both carry both of those energies without compromising either one, I think would be the way to say that.
Well, it is a figure 8 type of an energy.
Right,
the
right.
yin and the yang is that way. It's important to remember that there can be no action without spaciousness, that all healing begins with the yin energy, the ability to receive. And all creation, it takes that crucible and then with consciousness moves forward. And this is the beauty of the sun and the moon. And, and one of the things I found so profoundly synchronistic is that here in Ecuador, this solstice is our winter solstice.
Yeah, it's cold here for me.
It's cold, but ironically, it's not that cold. The seasons don't fluctuate all that much.
No, I'm a wussy, I admit.
However, this is the time they plant. And so this is part of why Bria Rose was wanting to share the planting.
You're going to love the video.
But think of the symbology of this is that we are planting seeds now in the crucible of our feminine energy, which will embrace, nourish, support, and hold the vision of the grand expression.
Yes, I just want to go. Yes.
And so nothing happens without that energy.
Exactly.
And this is why it's so essential that all beings awaken their ascended feminine energy, regardless of whatever gender is going on, is irrelevant. That's a jumpsuit. That's just for play.
That's just what you came here to experience. And how cool is that? It's awesome. The diversity of our collective experience is where our greatest beauty lies.
Yes.
It's in that blessing of seeing how infinitely creative we are. The more diverse we are, the greater power we have. And the key is to be clear about the distinct energetic difference between celebrating uniqueness and creating separateness. And together we are better. And I want to jump into how we're in this uncharted territory. And I also want to give a big shout out to my beloved dear friend and master, Ra Zadok Osiris. And thank you for helping us spread the word. And to all of you who helped us spread the word, because you are the fearless ones. We are in uncharted territory. We have done this dance before. Those of you that have been joining us for Monday Magic, right? You're learning how to live in the fifth dimension. We're going through Archangel Zadkiel's lessons. If you don't know what Monday Magic is, go to ShriAndKara.com and jump in. Join us tomorrow. You can join us anytime.
A powerful energy.
Yeah, you can come in for $0. It's basically a pass the plate donation type thing, and all of those donations feed our neighbors and a lot of other Venezuelan refugees in Cuenca. And so what we are inviting is that this moment of fearlessness, we are all, and today is the perfect moment. The divine feminine has opened up her circle of creation. Feel that. That's what happened yesterday. First, Mercury went stationary. And Mercury for me this month feels very feminine. Mercury feels violet to me. The graphics that I've created around Mercury all feels very violet, about holding. It's like Mercury right now is the transit bridge. And it's saying, hey, I am right here. Do you see me? And think about when we go retrograde, doesn't that normally mean we've turned our back? And so what if Mercury has said, I have opened my back. I have opened the back of my heart because I trust you to be here. And for those of us that are willing to enter into Mercury as an ascended heart, we will literally transit through that energy like a beautiful portal and arrive on the other side, living this entire retrograde in the law of instantaneous manifestation. And so that's what Friday began. And for a lot of people, Friday was destabilizing, especially if you're very aligned with Mercury, which I am. I am all over my birth chart. I admit it. And so there is a lot that happened on Friday. Many egos. We had shared early last week on this show, last Sunday, we shared that it was going to be a big ego dance last week. Look at the way the ego played out in every way, not just personally, tribally, globally, collectively. Look how that dance happened. And then yesterday, the goddess arrived, and she came with this beautiful pregnant belly. and this soft smile and the beauty of her heart. And she said, I will prepare for the fire and offer you the greatest flow I can. And I will meet with the unlimited source of divine illumination and come forward in great service and compassion. And today, the great Ra, the disk, the sun, the illumination energy has come forward as a perfect circle of creation to illuminate, and I'm going to use the word impregnate. The divine feminine is rising. However, her strength is that she may rise through the woman within the all. This is not just a moment about those who identify as women to be arising. That is a separateness. This is about not only the energy of woman, this is the energy also of our collective wellness, the wellness of our divine nature, the wellness of our very soul. There is a battle for the dominion of your soul, and it has been going on for quite a while. Yeah. And this is why, go to ShriAndKira.com, read the article that we have left there. We have not posted another one so that it will stay on the homepage. Go read the 6 steps, because in this moment, it is a moment to remember the truth. Today is the day of memory, is it not? And so let's talk about that wellness of the mind for a moment, because that's what's birthing right now. And this cycle, guys, is going on between right now and August, and it's going to have a oomph moment on 8/8, the Lion's Gate. And that's why we're talking about all this, because it began now. 21st, it began.
It's one of the things, you mentioned this Mercury retrograde felt more feminine.
Very.
To you. And I hadn't put it in those words, but I realized that my personal experience is, over the last few days is one that I had here and there as I was doing my tasks, my projects. I found myself bumping into certain moments of frustration that things weren't flowing as I hoped they would flow.
Remember, Mercury became our open heart. Big
And there was a crossroads moment that I experienced more than once, actually.
On Friday.
Friday.
Think back to Friday.
And this crossroads moment for me, my experience of it was, do I push, charge, and try to control and change and shift this, or do I take a breath and remember the power of quiet commitment, the power of clarity, the power of compassion, and then re-engage the task from a more peaceful, less demanding, less judgmental energy.
Right.
This was a lesson that I was learning once again through the gift of this Mercury. And that I realized, it was lovely that you said the feminine energy, because really what I was called, and I trust many of you can relate to this, was to pause and expand around that which I was doing, not to confront it, head to head.
Well, you went into the 5th dimension. I mean, this would be a good example of every moment that we engage density, or density engages us.
Yeah.
Remember,
it's got tentacles out there.
But that's only because you're a master. It's going to keep playing with you because it knows that you're asking to be a master. So it's about really seeing this for what it is. Anything that came up on Friday was your timestamp. What did the timestamp pull for you? How many timestamps have you all been noticing? So on Friday, what was the timestamp? What noticed that? And I want to read an email that came from one of our listeners that is fabulous about this exact recognition. Because Friday was the universe saying, look, everything that you have wanted, everything, meaning not that you want, but everything that you have seen, everything that you have been shown, everything that your heart knows is absolutely the reason you are here, whether you're totally clear on how that manifests or not, but energetically, it's all going to be available to you, and it's happening right now. And on Friday, what happened was, and it's very much like when the Ascended Heart first came in from Archangel Zadkiel. And for those of you that are taking Monday Magic, living in the 5th dimension, this is going to make a lot more sense. So when the Ascended Heart came in, right, which is what I'm doing is I'm intersecting two infinity symbols over my heart. Okay, it came in as the new root center. And Sri and I first brought this information through in 2004, and we have been living this ever since. And so when that happened, to lift from the traditional first chakra at the base of the spine as your base, as your root, and to anchor it at the heart could be destabilizing. Yeah. And it could take a while. And Sri and I have been doing that now for 16 years. And for a lot of others, they've been around, a lot of people around us are doing it. And because of the energy now in 2020 versus when this came in 2004 is so expanded, you can very quickly acclimate to this. Whereas when we first brought it to the planet, it was so revolutionary. We literally were at events where people threw books at us because we were suggesting this. And now it just makes sense. And so what's happened Friday, and it got to all of us because remember, we are in uncharted territory. We are the fearless pioneers. We are the ones walking through the dark, carrying the light as our presence. Remember, in order to be the one to walk through the darkest tunnel where there are no lights, you become the illumination. That is how you walk through. You simply hold your light and you see it all. What was dark is light. It is simply you lifting the veil off of your own limitation. And so on Friday, even for myself, Mercury went, it was very much like I'm here. And then it was this giant opening that said, okay, I am offering you a quicker route. I am offering you an amplification of your stability. And so for those of us that were and are already anchored in our heart, it was a big, it was just like I felt like I was like being hit with huge waves all day long of energy, not realizing because I was transiting a brand new thing. And this is what happens when you are a fearless pioneer. You're going to go through the wormhole first. Somebody's got to go through so that others will have the opportunity to go through. That's who you are. You're the one on the front lines with us. That's why you're here right now. You know how to do this. Whether you think you do or not, you do. And the universe has called you. And this very week, through the law of instantaneous manifestation, today, remember the divine feminine rising as the woman within the all, carrying the wellness of our soul's energy, will call forward the greatest awakening that has ever been. And that ignition is the Lion's Gate this year. Yeah. So it's from right now, June 21, until the Lion's Gate is this rising reverberation that begins with learning how to go through Mercury, which is what we're doing right now, that is carrying us into a greater fifth dimensional wholeness so that the wellness of our experience can be extraordinary. And I want to share something. Go ahead, please.
Oh, no, I was just jumping in on that.
Please.
It's important to understand something, that in the old paradigm, in the times that have gone by, wellness was a way of compensating for the distortions of density.
Right.
Oh, I worked too hard, I need a break. That kind of thing. It's a compensation. And that's dandy. That's great because, without it, you'll definitely spiral deeper. However, the ascended wellness is foundationalized in a sacred union, a harmony with the body, with the emotions, with the mind, with the spirit of the being, your guidance, to be in sacred union with all aspects of your expression brings forward a new harmony, a balance that is beyond compromise, a balance that is beyond compensation. It's a natural harmony. That's the wellness that's emerging through and with the emergence of consciousness in its awakened state.
And it's beginning on the planet. I know there's been a lot of talk about the rise of the divine feminine, but it's today. It's when the ring of fire surrounds the seeds of creation in the awakened consciousness of the illuminated new moon. The women, wellness, and awakenings births and rises. And this energy is here. This energy is going to reverberate over many years to come, but it's beginning today. You are here at that moment. And so here at that moment right now is also one of our dear self-ascension intuitive counselors, Jess Juntanun, who is with us via audio today. And so Jess, we want to say hi to you.
Hey, Don, let's talk to Jess. Hello?
All right.
Excuse me. No, I don't hear.
Okay, well, we're not hearing.
Hello?
Hi,
Hey,
there
are.
you are. All right, so Jess, welcome to the show. I know I think I feel your third chakra as much as I feel Shree's in mine right now. I just wanted you here, and Shree and I are holding your hand. The three of us are here together, and really wanted to have you here with us as we do our big drum roll, right, Shree?
Absolutely.
And let's make our big announcement.
All right. So Jess and my beloved Kira and I have been inspired to bring forward a program that will support, nurture, and mentor this awakening.
Yes, and it is called Women Wellness Awakenings. And the energy of the champion, inspired by our beloved Hanuman, who really started talking to Shree and I about being a champion energy back in December in India when we first found this beloved creature, being, angel, God, whatever, and
Energy and form.
all of it. And so when we put together Women Wellness and Awakenings, it was so clear that the champion of the divine feminine women had to be Jess. And so Jess, welcome. And we'd love to hear from you. How are you feeling about Women Wellness Awakenings? And we've jumped, the energy is here that we're moving into the 8-8 roar of the Lion's Gate when we're going to ignite again. So how's that? How are you doing with all of this?
I am so excited to be here. I am so thrilled about what has been birthing through us and through all of us at this time. And to really birth this program at this time, this means everything. This is so the heart of the passion of the work I do in the world, and it's so in alignment, and I couldn't be more honored or blessed to be here holding space with the two of you. We have this trio bringing this in right now at this pivotal moment. It is just beyond cool.
You know, not only is that beyond cool, but in this moment right now, in this illuminated new moon, this beautiful sacred goddess birthing chamber being surrounded by this beautiful solar ring of fire, you are hosting a ceremony this evening. And I want you to share with everyone, get into this ceremony with Jess tonight. Celebrate the women, celebrate the woman within the all. Remember, women, the woman, it is about the energy within us all that we are celebrating. And so Jess, how can people join your new moon ceremony this evening?
Absolutely. Yes, tonight you can join the ceremony. It is going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, U.S., and you can head over to selfascensionstudios.com, and you will see online events, new moon ceremony right up top, and you register there, and it's a donation of the heart. It's a suggested $3, but just come and be there, whatever you're able to give.
Thank you, Jess. I'm really excited about that. And I think that the timing of all of this is just so huge right now. And so, Shree, I want you to talk about the wellness, because truly, is there not the most perfect champion on the planet than my beloved Sri Ramka to champion the wellness of the soul? Talk about the ascended psychotherapist. I mean, don't you agree, Jess?
Oh, absolutely. I'm so excited because Sri has all of that and carries the divine feminine energy so beautifully. So I'm thrilled. He has so much to share with us all about wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, thank you. And, you know, and I just want to underscore that one of the things I've observed over the years, Jess, is your ability to hang in there and champion the spaciousness of the acceptance of the feminine. And it's no surprise that you help people in the birthing process as well as help people birth their dreams through both healing and visioning. So,
you're a cosmic doula.
Yeah, cosmic doula.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you for that recognition. I love it.
And so, you know, we each bring certain passions to bear. And in my history, having spent so many years coaching people and working as a healer and as a psychotherapist and as a mentor, one of the things I've discovered is that as my vibration has lifted, my clarity has expanded, and there are ways to move forward that are so much easier than in the past. There are ways to claim the truth of you, the empowered state of happy beingness. You know,
as wellness. Imagine if your wellness is your soul's health.
Exactly. That when we reside in that state of ascended wellness, where we're radiating the joy, our bodies are in balance. That's not a question anymore. The body takes care of itself, and then we're back to that law of instantaneous manifestation. That which we require to nourish us happens. However, this state of consciousness, it wasn't taught in school, was it?
No. Hardly.
You know,
at least not my school.
In my experience, in order to really anchor the wellness that we're referring to, there's two sides of the coin. There is the side that you already got. It's in your soul. It's in your mastery. And then there is the working with that which has kept it under wraps and helping that part release, the control mechanism release, so that the emerging truth of you can come forward and demonstrate its wholeness, its wellness, and the egoic fear pieces just go, oh, about time. I can let go now.
And so, Jess, I do want to, all three of us, while we're together right now, I want to invite all of you to go to WWAGlobal.com. WWAGlobal.com. And the first thing you're going to notice is the stunning artistry, inspiration, talent, and bow before gifts of Christine Purvis. This would not have happened without you. You are an angel sent from heaven. You and your beloved husband, Paul, inspire us. And so, yes, this is Paul from Mississippi, and his beloved wife, Christine, honestly took the helm of this project. And it was her act of service to this entire community. Christine, we bow before you.
Yes,
May the
thank you.
blessings you have heaped upon us come back to you infinitely. You are truly, truly modeling the yoga of self-ascension in action, our divine, beautiful Kuan Yin, Hanuman champions. And so thank you. Thank you for that. And so, Jess, thanks for being with us here right now. I'm excited. You're going to be with me on Soul Mirrors, not this week, but next week, where I know we're going to be unfolding more of this. And so thank you for being here right now. Anything you want to say to everyone before we let you back to enjoying the show?
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you, everybody, for being here and saying yes to yourself right now. Your dreams matter, your presence matters, and together we really are better. Thank you.
Yes, and join in on Jess's ceremony tonight, the new Moon Illumination. It will be power-filled, absolutely. Oh, and thank you for opening up yesterday's solstice, Jess. You were amazing.
It was such an honor. Oh, everything's beautiful. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey. Namaste. Namaste.
Namaste.
So I want you to take in a breath right now, and let's talk about those seeds. Because I'm still feeling a lot of third chakra coming in from a lot of you. And what that means is that you are at that moment. And that's what remember, this week ahead is an explosion of consciousness. It is a birthing of the law of instantaneous manifestation, not as opposed to the law of attraction, just simply as an elevated state of consciousness, meaning that these two laws are actually going to be working this way, whereas they used to work this way. In this moment, they're going to be working this way, which means they will come up against each other, but in a very quick moment. And so as you work with the law of attraction, which again is an ascended way out of density consciousness, this is the moment where the third chakra, because we are in the balance of the balance of the balance, the 4, 4, 4, in a month of balance, in a year of perfect balance, inside of an experience, overarching energy for the entire year. So your third chakra may be going a little crazy right now, and it may go a little crazy this week. This is a true week of empowerment. Empowerment. And the key is remembering that all energy is neutral. What are you empowering? And are you conscious of it?
Yeah.
Law of Instantaneous Manifestation, fifth dimensional attainment, being aware that every tentacle that's coming after you is just saying, oh, you're a master. Would you like more practice, right?
Demonstrations.
Exactly. And so, Shri, would you like to say hello?
Well, yeah, and I want to just speak to the third chakra for one more tidbit.
Yes,
here.
please.
You know, it's important to understand that the paradigms that guide consciousness have shifted on this planet. Now, the shifts have been underway for decades, for many years. They really got rolling with the harmonic convergence back in, what was that, 87? And so we take a look and say, all of a sudden, oh, well, golly, that's 30 years, is it not? That's a chunk of time from a worldly perspective. From a cosmic perspective, that's not a whole lot of time.
It's not even a breath.
However, here's where it comes into the third chakra, that humanity has been lifting and evolving in its consciousness for hundreds and thousands of years. And mass consciousness proceeds very slowly. It's kind of it's an inclusive, actually kind of a demanding consciousness collective that really prefers not to rock the boat much. It doesn't really want to change, but it'll evolve very slowly. And so the traditional chakra understandings, meaning the energy flows from the divine energy as conditioned by the consciousness of the mass or the collective, those lower chakras were about fear and tribe. It was about procreation, sexuality. It was about dominion and competition and power. And so I just gave you a quick rundown. The root chakra in the old paradigm was about survival. You know, and the tribe, and where am I safe? And the second chakra was about procreation of the species. It had that dynamic animal urge that later on began to evolve and refine more into what is intimacy.
And true creation.
And creation, and the creation beyond the physical.
Exactly.
And the third chakra was the chakra that actually governs your muscular system. So take that in. You know, that the muscular system in the old paradigms was about competition and demonstration of ability and dominion.
Now think about that. Competition, demonstration, all of the things that would seek to do what? Attack power or grab power or claim power. This is a empowerment moment.
Yes. And so those, as you take the propulsion of the human experience and recognize that you have been birthing and transforming quite unwittingly at first, and then more noticeably later, we have all been transiting out of that paradigm and anchoring in a more ascended energy.
Exactly.
And so this third chakra, so bringing this full circle, the third chakra then is transforming from this competitive consciousness that is
fear-filled,
grounded in polarity and protection, because it's being informed by these lower chakras. Right. You know, it's like if you look at all of the tragic expressions and density, everything.
Don't.
Well, no, but there's so many examples of I have to use my power to get my dollar, or to get my meal, or to get my sex, and to power over, to manipulate, to coerce.
Don't. I'm hurting.
Okay, stop. So those are the outdated energies that are still being played out in mass consciousness,
and are not going down without a fight.
And that want to.
They want their fight.
Well, all consciousness is self-preserving, so it tries to keep it going. So back here, okay, there's the history lesson.
Good.
Now let's come to the third chakra today. We are birthing the chakra of trust, the chakra of spiritual empowerment. The body will take care of itself when it's lined up with the soul. I mean, think about it. What animates this body? It's your soul. And so to come into form and forget that the soul was the primary cause for this delightful expression, to forget that is really a tragic thing, because when we start accepting our soul's energy, we automatically start lifting into the love-based reality that is the truth of the cosmos. So the third chakra, which is the one that interacts with your digestion and your stomach, when it learns that I can trust my divine nature, my digestion improves, my harmony of the muscular system moves into grace rather than competition. We become a balanced being of divine information.
And divine feminine rises.
Exactly.
Because
it's
in order
a
to come
balance.
here, instead of all that push energy, you need that receive energy. And so this is very much about sacred union. And that's why, in order for the third chakra to stabilize, the ascended heart anchors as your root chakra. That's the lift into the fifth dimension. Going from a third chakra imbalance, right? Who's pulling at who wants me this or whatever, believing in competition, believing in scarcity, believing that, you are less than, not loving yourself enough. Yeah. That's where it all is. It's right here. 1, 2, 3. What you are not stomaching in life or what you are unable to digest. And so for the third chakra to say, I trust you, is when the ascended heart, and there we are, right? When our ascended heart, as the cross of perfect balance, as two infinity symbols, anchors, thereby radiating this energy throughout, holding us in our higher presence. The first, second, and third, it's like open, open, open. Instead of safety, we're at peace. Instead of the sex and the other issues there, we're in love, true love. Because we understand the love of, oh my gosh, this is such a gift just to have this body. And then the third chakra becomes the joy of living in this body, of remembering, as Archangel Zadkiel has always said, if it does not bring you joy, why are you doing it? Pay attention to that. When that happens, that's the stabilization of your self-ascended chakra portrait, which is why this January to June opening is so profound with the ascended heart. Then the ascended heart says, I got it. Go have fun. Mm-hmm. And your divine galactic blueprint opens. This week, the missing link for many, for our collective world, and the extra link that is being offered to all of you who are already doing this, is that the divine feminine today, June 21, in the integration of the 19th and the 20th on this day of remembrance, it's all coming together. And so between right now, June 21, and the Lion's Gate of 8/8, we are in another cycle that is building up, and we really see it as the lion coming out of the woods.
Yes.
It's always been the lion coming out of the woods. And of course, with Women Wellness Awakenings, it is about the roar, but it's the collective roar of us all, of the cubs, the lioness, the lion.
That's
of
the
us
roar
all.
of I am here.
Exactly. I am here. I am ready. I am open, birthing into the guide me tomorrow. And so, beloved ones, we have so much more to share about this on this show. I've got letters from all of you. We have a full row of calls standing by.
Stand by.
We're
going to get to your calls.
About the time stamping of this week ahead. You're going to want to know what to timestamp and how it's coming forward. And so we're going to take a moment and we're going to give you that promised video about planting the seeds of your dreams. And we're very excited to share this with you. Enjoy, and we'll be right back.
Namaste, everyone. For the next couple of minutes, we have a video for you on planting the seeds of our dreams in the celebration and spirit of the June solstice, with video of our staff here at Tosa Blue Mountain planting sunflower seeds, as well as our June solstice community lunch. So thank you for watching, and we hope you enjoy. Bye.
Welcome, beloved one, to Women Wellness Awakenings. I am Master Lady Kira Ra, and my heart is blessed to have this moment to say hello to you. You found your way here because deep within you, the divine feminine is already awakening. The feminine within is calling to you. You have heard our beloved Mother Gaia, and you have said yes, and I honor you, as do we all. You know, back in 1993, I was very blessed and inspired to actually create Women Wellness Awakenings. I am the creator of this program back at when I was 33 years old. There's a giveaway. And this program at that time was considered radical. No one was talking about wellness, much less awakening, and only for women? Oh my goodness gracious. Well, you know, in 1993, that was exactly what the planet needed. So much so that this was the program that allowed me to wind up on Good Morning America, among a few other things. And the reason I am so excited in this moment is because, as you will see right here, look at this beautiful energy that you're staring at. Women Wellness Awakenings is now about women, of course, but it's also about the divine feminine. I have been championing the divine feminine since 1993 publicly. And as you will see in this beautiful energy field, what we are representing now, WWAGlobal, Women Wellness Awakenings Global 2020, is all about this moment of unity, of letting go of every limiting belief system, every limiting gender identity, and saying yes to the truth of who we really are, without judgment, without the need to know, but with an empowered voice that the universe, and this world especially, is ready for. On 8/8, the Lion's Gate, we roar. And join us on a journey of 4 weeks of divine discovery that will bring you to the precipice of your truth, of your divine feminine nature, as a way to not only uplift yourself and empower your life, but to call forward the law of instantaneous manifestation in a way you have not ever experienced before. I invite you to know that we trust you to be a mature adult. This is not an evergreen funnel. We are not interested in monetizing you in any way. We are here because we care. And we are at a moment in our collective history where together we are better. You are a person with a unique and extraordinary value, and you are ready to unlock it at a level of service that will defy the mind and shift the planetary thought body. So please enjoy this website, learn more about the journey, because we are ready for you to know that this program right now is for those who are serious. And we are here to champion you to be with the tribe who is ready to meet you at the level of consciousness you've already attained and are ready to expand. Welcome to Women, Wellness, and Awakenings.
Hello and namaste, everyone. Oneness Talk Radio is the premier platform honoring that all voices of unity deserve to be heard. Our hosts are committed to upliftment, inspiration, and positivity for all of humanity. We celebrate that together we have collectively agreed to be here on this planet now, and what a unique and important time this is. We are not here to convince or persuade anyone of anything, and it is our birthright to be able to express ourselves, our truth, our hearts, and live authentically. Many of you have a seed of a dream to share your voice with the world, and we at Oneness Talk Radio are here to support you. Oneness Talk Radio is not just a platform for expression, but a community that understands that competition is an illusion, and we are here to support the opportunity before everyone to share your vision and live your dream. And so we ask, if not you, who? And if not now, when? If you would like to share your voice with the world and be a host in any language at Oneness Talk Radio, please send us an email at studio@onenesstalkradio.com or visit the Be a Host page at our webpage, onenesstalkradio.com. In the next month, we have 3 new hosts that will be joining us, and all new music from around the world, as well as an indie, folk, and reggae playlist with lyrics centered entirely around oneness, ascension, and together we are better. And today, the brand new Master Lady Kira Ra's Get Up and Moving Mix every day at 7 a.m. Pacific Time. Whether you are in the gym, ready to dance, or simply in the mood to lift your energy, this is the list for you. A rich blend of 70s, 80s, 90s, and today, it is sure to get you off your feet and smiling. Thank you everyone for your presence. We sincerely look forward to hearing from you about your future show and welcoming you to the Oneness Talk Radio family. Many blessings.
Happy Father's Day! We didn't forget. We were just kind of waiting. Sri did not know that was in there in the video, so he was caught off guard, Bria. Thank you for that. And we hope you enjoyed our interlude and that you're really, really diving into the seeds of creation that you're calling forward into your life right now. This is that moment, the flow, the ever beautiful flow, the rising energy of this beautiful weekend of this beautiful Mercury opening up the back of her heart to say, I welcome you, I trust you, you are ready. And this beautiful solstice energy that brought us into that perfect balance, the 444 right here in Ecuador in the heart of the world. And then we are here today now. I'm just smiling at the perfection of all of this. It's just so humbling. It does bring tears to my eyes.
Absolutely.
It really, you guys bring tears to my eyes. You always do.
And I want to acknowledge all of the fathering energy that, the convention is, this is the day,
Exactly. Isn't it Father's Day like every day and Mother's Day every day?
But we do want to salute the fathers who are offering that guidance, protection, mentoring,
in whichever way,
and however they're expressing that protective energy. We salute you and say thank you for your role in helping the balance to be accelerated.
Yes, to all of the cosmic fathers, to all of the spiritual fathers, to all of the fathers without the limitation of that which would seek to encapsulate you, we thank you and we honor you. And how beautiful that it's Father's Day, as this is the June 21 to August 8 Divine Feminine Ignition. I mean, you gotta love that.
You gotta have both.
It's like, but it's so perfect because in density, it's masculine. It's Father's Day. And density right now is carrying a heavy masculine energy. And so it's the epitome of the celebration of that in density today.
Yeah.
Yet in the mirrorverse, in the fifth dimension, it's the moment of the ignition of the divine feminine as part of the seed of creation. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that stuff boggles my mind. I'm like, wow, it's so, the universe is always like, look, we're going to give you more than you need to figure this out, but we'll just keep giving it to you until you go, wow, you can't deny that.
Absolutely.
Right? There's just too many synchronicities that layer when we lift our lens. And I want to show that lens again. I want to lift us out one more time and go here again, because this is the energy you're in right now. You are that rainbow spiral that is moving between the third and the fifth dimension. And the question is, are you receiving that explosive energy, that beautiful energy that is going to be coming right back from the moment of that beautiful, see the pyramid again and the eye that is open? What are you willing to see? What are you willing to say yes to? And in the June explosion, Sri and I trust that what you're willing to say yes to is you. To say, it's my time. To perhaps dance. Yesterday we were talking a lot about dancing. This is Shiva. Nitaraj is Shiva in the beautiful dancing posture. And sometimes I feel the reason I'm taking and doing ballet again is literally that reason.
She gets so tall and flexible.
He was taking pictures of me the other day. I was like, you will not take pictures of me while I'm dancing.
Just imagine my surprise that my beloved bride never told me that she had this lingering passion to express through her body as a ballet dancer with the grace and the agility, and that all of a sudden this has come forward again. I mean, it's not a surprise when I learned her true history about having had so many years of training. However, when we got together, we just hit the road running.
We never talked about our past. We didn't care.
There was just little snippets. Here's a little bit of context.
I was 41, just turned 41. He was 50. And we were like, we need to just get into this mission in, right? So we never.
It was
really
all about
talked-
now and
yeah.
what was
That
ahead.
was then, that was the other life.
But it's been so much fun to witness her, and that's at one of those times
Big
stamps.
times. It brings us to the timestamps. It really
know,
does.
and that which had been set in motion as a younger person was all of a sudden showing up with a wisdom and a resolution and a celebration. So it's fabulous. We have a wonderful yoga studio here at Tosa Blue Mountain that is now a yoga dance studio.
I made them build another bar, so I have plenty of bars.
She's got the bars and the mirrors and
whole thing.
Come enjoy it. Come play with us.
It's amazing.
I was just peeking over at YouTube,
Yeah.
and I want to say hi. I was quickly glancing. There's so many people over there that are sharing their love and their encouragement
we
and their
love you
stories,
so much.
and way to go.
Yeah,
because
and it's Facebook, same, and over at Oneness and BBS,
Yeah, because it's when we have joyful community, when we're sharing from the heart, when we're celebrating our joy, when we're able to give a hug to people virtually, energetically, this is the energy of the new earth. This is the new earth. The new earth is here now. It's never been set aside. It's just been waiting for the level of consciousness to arise.
Yeah.
Some years ago, and on just a quick side note, we bumped into a gentleman who had developed some zero-point energy devices, and they were there and functioning. And he came to
Very impressive.
one of our gatherings and basically asked Zodkiel about when I want to bring this out to the world and why hasn't this? He said, "I figured it out. Here it is.
And he did.
I can demonstrate it.
Yep.
Why isn't this out there?" And Zodkiel's response was level of consciousness. That the consciousness on the planet was not at a place where it could accept the ease and the truth of the 0-point energy.
So consider that when we go into the middle of our Taurus,
Yes.
we become the 0 point, which means we become the emitter. We become that engine. And as the divine directors have said, and I think this week more than ever, is really needs to be a guiding light. It's going to take steadfast commitment, not just commitment, steadfast commitment. And then it's going to take focused awareness. Focused awareness is code for staying in the awakened presence. That's why the third energy of this moment is awakenings. And this is all about staying in the awakened presence, staying in the awakened presence. It's going to take steadfast commitment, focused awareness, because remember, what is awareness? The base of the ascended presence, right? Awareness, experience, choice. And then lastly, complete trust. Not, I'm going to trust this, but I don't trust this. Complete trust, the willing to stand at the top of the cavern and jump. And I am not meaning that literally. What I am saying is that it is that moment to say, I am. That's the jump, isn't it? Isn't that, Sri and I watched the Indiana Jones movie again.
Oh, yeah, it's been a while.
With the, the one with the chalice. It had been the one, with Sean Connery. And love it because of what? Because in the end, in order for them to succeed, in order for all the doors to open, for eternal life to be granted, for healing to come in, you had to take a leap of faith. And in many ways, that's what you're being invited to do today. Over the next, from June 21 through August 8, it is going to be all about women. It's going to be about wellness, and it's going to be about awakening. And this is just the beginning. And as you may have seen during our break, if you were watching the video, in 1993, when I first brought that program out to the planet, I had no idea about this moment. And so I am time-stamping right now, personally, from when I was 33 years old. And it has not escaped me what the 33rd year symbology has in all of mythology and in all of the dogmatic traditions. And so I am watching that timestamp come together right now. And it feels very much like today with the Ring of Fire. Remember, in the first half of the show, we had this practice come in while we were on air together. This was not here before we were together, guys. We called this in. And it's about collecting that energy of the Ring of Fire of today. And I'm sure Jess will incorporate this evening. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breathing up, exhale, and receiving, unifying. And then they're saying, do it in reverse. Breath Wow. 3 times. Let's do it again. 2 more times. Breathe in. Relax. Breathe in. Exhale. Wow. Do you feel that? All right. Last time. Breathe in. And relax. Wow.
Well, that's very nice.
Wow. Well, don't we all know why we were giving that practice today? Do you feel the 5th dimensional lift? That is like an instant through that Mercury heart we were talking about right now.
Oh, and it's a healing, a balancing for the 3rd chakra.
Wow. And see, that's going to be the key right now, but it's got to be the balance. It's about the rise of the divine feminine. And you are going to see this rise of the divine feminine in a way that will attack wellness. You're going to find the feminine attacking itself. It will not only attack itself in ways it has before, it's going to go after itself in ways that will just be in the 3rd dimension, something that will either make you angry or sad. And this is why, June, take advantage of this time. Like, if I could just come up to you and go, please take advantage of this time, because we're being granted this blessing of this overlap month to get ready for the bigger violet energy, right? Remember, we're going to be in the full 5th dimensional anchor ship by the end of the year, but it's crossing. And so as we move out of June, and this is why it's June 21 through August 8, the Lion's Gate, there's going to be like a struggle in the world of what is considered to be women or womanly. It's going to be big, and it's going to be directed, organized, and well-funded. And then in the 5th dimensional energy space, where I know you're all here with Shri and I, and hi to all of you that are up here with us in the 7th and 9th as well, the blessing is that the 33rd portal is also what's happening. And this is what happened yesterday. That was the magic of the 444. So you had to stay for the 2nd hour to hear it. The magic of the 444 was that we opened the 33rd crystalline dimension of creation, and it has now become. Do you feel your crown right now? Do you feel that? And it has become like this spiraling energy that is going to be here for those who are in the 5th dimensional experience, ready to ignite and dance with us on that 8-8 Lion's Gate, when it feels to me like Vishnu arises with the discus, and the discus takes off and spins in ways that it has never spun before. That's the energy that's coming in right now, guys. And by igniting the 33rd crystalline dimension, we actually brought in what feels to me very much like a brace that's holding this timeline. It's saying, okay, we've got this going. We're going to stay here. And if enough of you are here to sustain us here, because this takes a lot of combined energy. So as long as we remain here, that energy is here. And we are able to hold open and honestly affect the balance. Meaning, call it back into harmony. Not asking for one side or another to have a win. To love them all, they know not what they do, as we love ourselves enough to call forward a rise in consciousness as we all dance through creation together in the flow that is pouring all over us right now. That's why the timestamps are here, and they're profound.
And this practice, the 6-step practice that you find at the website, I encourage you to revisit it if you've already looked at it. This is going to help you recognize and extract the meaning and the wisdom from these timestamps. Because as these circles, they're divine circles, they're continuums, that have actually made, one way might be to understand this is to consider that there were dual timelines working, and the timestamp is connecting something. So you will discover what the meaning is for you, and be also enhance your perception, your ability to become aware of the degree to which we are dancing in multidimensional space. It's happening all the time. And as we begin to become aware of it, then the experience informs us, then we're able to make new choices, and we become more masterful in our ability to be in joy and service.
Which I just love. And Shri, we have this email that was forwarded to us that is just so fabulous. It really, really is so beautiful about the timestamp experience. So I wanted to share this. This is our community hour, and we're going to be getting these phone lines right away as well. But let me read this because it's fabulous. The wonder of this moment is the subject line.
Nice.
I love that. And this is from Sarah. Hi, Sarah. We love you. All right. Namaste to all of you at Tosa Ranch. Well, I want to make sure you know we're living at Tosa Blue Mountain. Tosa Ranch was our New Mexico property. And so I love the timestamp there. Yeah. No, that's why I'm saying that. I don't think this was intentional. I think it was just a fabulous timestamp moment. And so I thought it was wonderful. So just want to share that. All right. With a special shout out to the two of you. Well, thank you. And back at you, my angel. Your insight and guidance is vital to many of us, but also to the oneness and ascension of our planet. Thank you just doesn't say what is truly in my heart. Oh, sweetheart, we love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. I had a moment today. I love this. I had a moment today when I noticed a fly that had been making a lot of noise land beside me. As wild as it sounds, I felt connected. I seemed to see it beyond what was the common experience, but a more completed state. The fly seemed more vivid in its own personal being. I then came face to face with a younger me, the 5-year-old me that would get very upset when my parents would get the fly swatter out to kill the nuisance flying around, recalling how I would feel sad. Even how when we moved when I was 6, my mom found the little jewelry box in my room that I had laid to rest 3 of the flies that were swatted. Even typing this, I smile because many would not get the idea of connecting with that little fly. But it was a gifted moment as I looked at this fly today. I felt reconnected with that little girl. The one that didn't cover up the compassion and acceptance that I felt for all of life, even a fly. I felt a rekindling, a strength, a resurgence of my signature wholeness, exclamation point. With the conversation being about timestamp during the recent shows, I wondered if that's what I was experiencing. What I did know is that it was a gifted moment. And I felt a tremendous soul reunion with that of what my earlier experience knew with unabashed knowing. With sincerest love and gratitude, Sarah. Hey, back at you with sincerest love and gratitude. Wow. Aren't we loving this letter? Aren't you guys loving this sharing, right? Yeah.
No, and yes, my dear, there you have stumbled into the timestamp experience.
Oh yes, in every single way. But what's so beautiful is that it is so resonant with the timestamp experience that we are each being called. When was the last time you had that kind of a connection with a fly? Because we are all being called in one way or another, and they're the moments when I'm experiencing, because remember, we're all in uncharted territory. It is our light that's walking us all through this creation tunnel. And so as we are all walking through this right now, I think it's important to remember that every time we ignite our light, every time we have a moment come forward, what the timestamp is doing is giving us an opportunity to call forward the now master to that experience. So I see it, and you're the psychotherapist, you could confirm or deny, but I see it as it helps with a resolution and density that relaxes the brain even more to thereby ignite greater wisdom and spiritual discernment. Yeah. That's my experience of it.
Well, yeah, said another way, every time that we have an unresolved experience that comes forward into consciousness, energy is released because it's a resolution.
Exactly.
And not all timestamps are necessarily that way.
Right.
However, the thing to recognize is that when we witness those completions, those renewals, actually, what we're saying is, I am whole.
Right.
There is a wholeness that comes forward, and that's part of the wellness, is to be a whole being.
Well, and remember that in the wellness experience, and it's going to be an attack on the wellness of your spirit. Remember that the wellness, of course, the body, right? In order to stay in the ascended presence, we want to stay in this, the wellness of the body. Stay right here. But there's going to be, along with that women energy you're going to start seeing coming forward, the concept of spiritual wellness will also have a strong experience coming forward during this time. And it's because the capacity for massive awakening, I'm talking like as I talk about it, my whole crown chakra always tickles, it gets electric shots. Right now, when we say yes to living in the fifth dimension, the moment at hand is so extraordinary. It's like I am staying in this party as long as we can. It's that extraordinary. It is the alchemical presence of the law of instantaneous manifestation on behalf of the divine cosmic creation, with a 33rd dimensional spiral wide open and saying yes as long as enough of us say yes and we keep going. So that makes me excited.
Yeah.
It does. And we have so many people holding, Shri. So where would you like to begin?
Oh, well, I'm telling you what, we're over here at the BBS call board,
right.
and I see a lot of beautiful souls, but I always like to give the first-time caller a little preferential treatment and say welcome to the show. So we're going to say hi to Karen from Salem on line 5.
Namaste, Karen. Welcome.
Oh, thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Beautifully. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Great.
welcome.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
How may we serve you today?
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you bless me with a mini soul reading?
Yes.
Of course. Forgive me. I as I was connecting with your voice, and you have around you, and it actually, if you're watching, I can describe. But as you were talking, I literally found myself ensouling the being behind you. And it's a monk-like energy, but I believe it's a female underneath this robe. Very much like this posture with the big hood, but it's a beautiful, like violet color. Beautiful violet cover. And and the shadow that's being cast over the face, I can't quite see the face, but it's very much that blessed, and it's very big around you. And so that was taking my breath away, and that's why I wasn't able to speak. And I can actually feel this being, and it's like this being is around you all the time. And the energy that I'm feeling is very much that it comes in from behind your crown chakra, goes down your ears, side of your neck, and comes together in your chest. And it's almost like it's heavy, like it wants to hold you one way or another. And the message that's coming in from this beautiful wisdom keeper is the name they're saying, this beautiful wisdom keeper that is around you. They're saying, I am a wisdom keeper from that which you have originated. You know me and have known me. And what they're saying is, my most beloved one, hear me now. Ignite your heart and relax your tears. Let go of that which has wrapped around you. For in the moment at hand, the breath of the new life has already begun, and that which is inside has been ignited. And they're showing me hands at the third chakra, and they're saying that which was in pain is now ready to leave and be filled with the truth and the love of that which is. And so it is. Namaste.
Oh, my. Namaste.
Many blessings.
Blessings, dear.
Taking a breath.
Yes.
I need one. Wow. Can we all take in a deep... I'm like out of breath.
Yeah, let's take a moment.
Woo. Yeah. And I want to share that this happened yesterday. And I have not yet been able to actually watch the ensoulment that happened yesterday. But at the end of the beautiful solstice ceremony, there was a ensoulment, which was not planned. It just, Shri and I never planned anything. We just let it roll,
Yeah, no, but that divine energy came through and delivered some wisdom that was shared amongst
those who were there.
Yeah.
And we will get that transcribed. And the reason I'm bringing it up is, as I was connecting with our first caller, Shri, I'm feeling that energy in me again, meaning that I'm finding myself very much in this energy of sustaining this fifth dimensional energy field that we are all in the presence of. And so I don't find it to be any surprise that our first caller had this third chakra. And so that's why I'm just wanting all of you to really breathe in and let it out, because we are a beautiful community, and because you do really, you are here and you are a champion. And so just breathe in really deep and relax it out. And I'll let you guide me to the next caller.
Well, we have, I think this is another interesting one.
Okay.
From Calgary, we have Jacob and Vlad, who called together on Mother's Day. And here we are on Father's Day. So welcome back.
Hey, how awesome. Namaste.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Jacob, and we called in on Mother's Day, and we're calling on Father's Day for my dad to have a mini soul reading. So here he is.
How's it going?
It's going great, Angel.
Hey,
Welcome.
Welcome. Good to hear your voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyhow, my son kind of got straight to it. He's a lot more good. He's much better with getting straight to the point with words than I am sometimes. But anyhow, that's what we're definitely looking for. Specifically for me, especially, I'm trying to work with some ADHD issues on my own. Not my own, but just dealing with that. And you need to look at sort of the path around that and where I need to move in my life with it. And it's, like I said, it's affecting a lot of things, including family and work. So I wanted to see I just didn't know where to go with it because there's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm going to let it up to the beings and go from there.
You are so beautiful. Please first take in a deep breath through your nose. I want you to just really breathe in through your nose and just relax it out. And in this one moment, receive the beam of radiant love that Shri and I are circling to you right now, that is coming through your beautiful family as well, that every being who is connected with this right now is also having the blessing of receiving. And just to give yourself a moment, like I can't stop smiling, to feel you. Because you haven't had the blessing of letting you remember on this day of remembrance how beautiful you are. Yeah, so I want to invite you just to first really remember you. And Shri, I'm going to let you begin because I know you were picking up a lot, and then I'll finish.
Well, yes, there's a number of things to share, but one of the things that I want to underscore for you is to trust who you are. Mm-hmm. As we walk through our lives, we are often given challenges, and those challenges are really meant to help refine our capacity to let go of how we think it ought to be and work with how it is, and to move into a sense of acceptance and trust with how it is. And from that place of acceptance and trust, it begins to morph. Things begin to shift, and your co-creative capacity starts to express in new ways. So the message I would like to offer you is that you're okay. There's nothing wrong, and that you can evolve through this perceived challenge into a state of new harmony, and it begins right here in the center of your body, saying, in this moment, I trust myself, and I'm willing to be truthful with me and those I love. And as we anchor in the trust and the love, solutions are presented. Accommodations just spring forward, and a more peaceful, happy life becomes every day.
And as you breathe that in, because a lot for you is around breath, and it's got to be in through the nose and consciously bring it up through the crown, down out of the throat, and then slowly control, do Ave Sa breathing, get our app, do the Om breath a lot. But it's Archangel Zodkiel who's around you right now. And one of the things about Zodkiel that I've always enjoyed is that Zodkiel is very direct, very much like your son. You know how you said your son got right to the point? Well, it's precious that your son's energy being there in this Father's Day energy is why Zodkiel is around you. And so what Archangel Zodkiel is saying, you are free to be whoever you are ready to be. And you must get clear on what you are willing to do to attain this. That Archangel Zodkiel wants me to remind you that when we are in the habit of the pain, the habit becomes the diagnosis, and the diagnosis becomes the habit. And the pain of the pain becomes a way to navigate density that, while is pain-filled, is familiar. You are in a moment right now where your mastery is on the table. And the victim triangle energy is really inviting you to step up. And so Zodkil is here. Your incredible son is here. You have a lot of other support networks around you. I keep seeing the pyramids around you. Lots of pyramid support, lots of energy. And you got through today. And you got on the show today. And that is not an easy thing to do. There are over 100 people waiting between 2 different stations to get on this show. And so that's a moment to say, okay, what am I ready to really do? And what can I commit to? Knowing that all it takes is one small step at a time.
Yep.
And so that's what they want you to hear today. And they also want you to hear that you are, as Sri mentioned, you are so ready. You are whole, you are complete, you are extraordinary. It's your moment to remember that. And so let's all bring our hands to our third chakra and thank this beautiful life, this beautiful body. You have a body. You know, and those of you that don't, thank you for supporting us that do, right? You are here with a body and you are saying yes. And we are holding open this beautiful spiral energy and inviting the divine feminine to dance in through the flow of creation and ignite the wellness and awakening of an entire experience of co-creation. What a fabulous moment. Thank you for saying yes to you.
Thank you for asking. Thank you for sharing. And we celebrate that you are here with us.
Namaste.
Namaste. Have a good weekend.
You too. Many blessings. Namaste. Whew, I think we all need to take a breath again.
Yep.
Can we
Into
all do
the
that? Wow. Thank you. Can you send me some breath? Wow, huh?
Yeah.
Big week ahead. Remember, those of you that have downloaded our app, Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira, every Monday, get the ensoulment for the week that's just put in the app and the weekly energy update that Sri and I do live. There is a lot more to share that we'll be putting into the app. So make sure you update your app tomorrow morning. And if you don't have our app, please get it. It's free. Download it. Spiritual Mastery with Sri and Kira, Apple or Android, all devices, worldwide, all that, easy to get. Because when we stay connected in this remembrance moment, with each moment, when we know ahead of time that June 21 until we get to the 8-8, and remember the 8-8, the way I'm seeing it right now is literally the discus of Vishnu. It's like Vishnu walks in with this discus going like this, and it's like shoom everywhere. That's the 8-8 Lionsgate ignition that is being shown right now when that's what I'm seeing.
Yeah.
And so this is a moment to remember that we are aware of how the divine feminine is expressing through the all, the wellness of our soul's energy as the illuminating presence for the awakening. Mm-hmm. That's why the wellness attack is going to be really directed at what you believe, how you believe it, and there will be vast manipulation to get you to believe things that you absolutely know are not true. And this is why it's a collision of explosion energy in June. You are being invited to anchor in the 5th dimension, and then you'll be able to see it, witness it, and actually shift consciousness as part of it through the balance.
Yeah. That deserves another breath.
Okay.
Let's take a big conscious breath in. So.
Now, I have to share that this candle has been going. Remember, we opened it up the beginning of the month? As I said that, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it. The wax, see the dripping wax? Look at that. And it's forming this beautiful, like all I see is just this pouring rain of consciousness. And so I heard to share this light and this pouring rain of consciousness with all of you because we said we would burn this candle until it was clear it was complete. And it happened as we were just doing that.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to share that with all of you because you were here in that moment. Wow. I'm going to put it over here. And we're just going to let that finish. How beautiful, Sri.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. That I hope you understand what a profound moment that just was, especially in this fire ignition.
Yes.
For tonight. So
yes,
power-filled.
The fire
yeah.
and the transformation.
You're being literally,
us.
it's the flow. the flow ignited. And so again, together we are better. And Shri, let's say hello to another caller.
Well, I'll tell you what, we have another first-time caller over at BBS on line 4. We're going to say hi to Grace from Connecticut.
Hey, Grace. Namaste. Welcome to the show, sweetheart.
Namaste.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Beautifully. Absolutely.
This is my first time calling in. I've been doing the Monday nights with you for about several months now. I'm going to be working with Sue in the future to do the other program that I can't remember the name of it. But I would love to have a mini installment reading from you if you would so be able to do.
Oh, bless your heart, sweetheart. Taking a breath. And I would suspect you're going to be with Susan Sturdivant for Navigating the Inner Matrix. And I just want to say thank you. Yeah, fabulous coach. You're going to love Sue. And Navigating the Inner Matrix is really a gift you give yourself, and such perfect timing to be doing it during this June 21 to 8/8. Oh my gosh, like, wow, are you guided? And it really does jump me right into your mini soul reading, because from the minute you started speaking, all I kept hearing was guidance, guidance, guidance. That you have been, it's like they show me you, and you're like, you've got this basket, and you're on this road, and you're like picking stuff, and you're looking at stuff, and you put it in your basket, and you put it in your basket, and you put it in your basket, and your basket got heavy. It's like you were so busy putting stuff in your basket, you forgot that, oh my gosh, at some point, this is heavy. And they're saying you're at the moment right now where you've come to that crossroad. Like, I see you're standing on this path that you've been on. You've put the basket down because it's just freaking filled. And you're standing there and it's like, okay, let me catch my breath first of all. Let me just first of all catch my breath and go, wait a minute. This is who I am. And you're looking to the left and you're looking to the right, and you have been doing that for a while because you forgot to look straight ahead. You've got to look straight ahead.
Yes.
They're saying you're looking left, you're looking right, you're still making baskets. But when you look across the cavern, like imagine this is a crossroad, but you don't see across, right now it just looks like an empty field across the road. What that is the hologram until you're ready to open your eyes and see what's right in front of you. And then I'm seeing the door open. This isn't about having to choose. It's about knowing. It's about not doubting. They're saying that the choice before you has been clear. It is the doubt within you that has added the cloud. And that this is the moment for you to trust what you already are receiving. And it goes back to the first thing I was sharing. You have got guidance, 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 and you've got a lot of it, which is why your basket got so full. Now it's your moment of steadfast commitment, focused awareness, and complete trust. You put that into action, it's like law of instantaneous manifestation. You are there. You're ready. You are ready.
Thank you.
Thank
yes,
you.
I am ready.
Yeah, you really are.
I am, and your energy is wonderful. I can feel you.
Thank you.
And I do have that guidance, and I feel them around me, and I just do what I've learned from you. I'm here. I'm ready. I'm open. Guide me.
Yay! And so you are guided. We love you, honey. Mwah. Namaste.
I love you too. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. Many blessings. Namaste. All right, Shri, we're heading over to Oneness Talk Radio call board. I see we've got a couple people who've been like, I've been raising my hands a lot now. So where are we going?
Well, looks like we're heading to Concord, California.
Okay.
And we'll see who's there.
It's a wireless caller. Hey, Concord, California. Namaste.
Shri and Kara, so happy to be with you.
Hi, sweetheart.
I just wanted to ask, sorry.
No, go.
I just wanted to ask Shri, because today is a busing day. There's a lot of knowledge coming to me right now through the internet. And one of the things that I learned was the Shaolin Way, the 5 hindrances, but also bring in the rain. And he says the way to overcome these 5 hindrances was bring in the rain, recognize, accept, investigate, and non-identifying. I just wondered, are these attached to third chakra training, or can this be elevated to the higher levels? That's my question. I'm so happy to see you guys today.
Oh, we're happy to see you, and a great question. Thank you for asking, Shri.
So I want to offer you a response that applies to everything. Look deeper. When we receive when we receive these pearls of wisdom, remember they were offered in a context at another time. And so, when, for example, rain to me is a rinsing away. Rain is a flow. And so as we look deeper, we begin to discover there is a flow at work that'll bring forward a healing. And healing always is a new balance. It's a recognition. So don't get hung up on the specific words of the teaching, because it did arise out of a high level of density. And you are an ascended being that says, I need a trampoline. Give me a springboard so that I can jump into my true, authentic ascended state. And so we look for the teachings as ways to springboard ourselves. Yeah. And so as we joyfully say, okay, thanks for the nudge, teacher. I'm not going to take it literally right now. I'm going to get the energy of this, and I'm going to springboard further. And you're on your way, dear.
Well, and this is, I want to jump in, this is that eternal truth experience. You know, this is what's happening in our Monday Magic. We teach the Living in the Fifth Dimension series. You can read the Living in the Fifth Dimension series, and based upon where your level of consciousness is how that series will unlock or unfold for you. Same thing when I have the blessing of teaching the Bhagavad Gita. What I do is assist you to discover the ascended experience of what's being written, yet it can be experienced at multiple levels of consciousness. That's how we experience universal truth. The reason it's universal truth, the reason it sustains, the reason that it cannot be denied is because that truth has been called forward into this realm of co-creation so that it can be received by the all, yet is accommodating to the level of consciousness that is meeting it. And so this is why it's ever evolving as well. And we are at that moment. So thank you for bringing your blessing to us today. What a gift to be with you.
Oh, love you guys.
We love you too, sweetheart. Many blessings. Care. Namaste. Shri, we're you know what? There's somebody else from Concord right there.
The mouse was just saying, right. Let's say hi to Concord again.
All right. Hi. Hi.
Oh, hello. Namaste. Yes. Actually in Canyon, California.
Canyon.
Goodbye.
Beautiful.
I recognize this voice and this energy.
We know this voice and this beautiful vibration. Hey, Amara, welcome on this beautiful divine feminine.
Giggles. I'm full of giggles every new moon because it means that it's time to join a wonderful community in the new moon blessing with just gentlemen.
Right.
And so it's not too late to sign up. I just hit the PayPal button myself during the show.
Thank you.
And so that's a little promo there because it is a building momentum of a supportive community.
Right.
And the Essene brotherhood, sisterhood of old always honored the new moon.
Yes.
So tidbits there, but I am also experiencing this time fold. And it's coming in so gently, thoughts that I never thought about, just like your ballet came in. I had a moment as a 14-year-old, another initiatic age, where I was, as an 8th grader, Catholic school, my name was, I'm nervous just talking about this, in tears almost, my name was pulled out of the hat to be the honored person to place the crown on Mother Mary's statue at the annual May pageant, which I was such a devotee of, from childhood.
Of course.
And the nun left the room, and everybody was talking, 8th grade kids. She came back in. She said, "Who is talking?" And she asked me if I was talking while she was gone. I said, yes. I found myself in that integrous moment of the ruby ray. And the second person who did receive the honor had actually lied to the nun, right? So I witnessed the lying, I witnessed the integrity, and I was given the option to carry the crown. And today's meditation was that Mary has her crown already. But to carry the crown, personally, it's like, that's what it's about. That's really what it was about, to hold that integrity. And now, in this time jump, it is with me. And it's very powerful. And today's show has been extremely powerful. I feel like we've all been a part of a divine mosaic. Each reading has nourished us all, and we'll all come together. So, beloveds, everyone, I love you, Shri and Kira. I love you, everyone at Tosa Blue Mountain.
And we love you.
Speaking with everybody.
Thank you, sweetie. I want to jump in because we're out of time, but I want you to hear this. I am now worthy to wear and command the crown. I am worthy to wear and command the crown. I have carried the crown.
I am commanding and carrying the crown of the Mother Ray.
I am worthy.
Thank you.
Yes.
I am worthy of carrying the crown.
And I can't think of a better way. Yes, you are. And I can't think of a better way to culminate this extraordinary show, this June 21, when the divine feminine is coming forward, when we are in the moment of the expansion up into the Lion's Gate. And when in this moment, that ring of fire is ready to accelerate the seeds of light and bring it forward in this new moon illumination right now. We have so much more to share that Shri and I will be together on Soul Mirrors Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific on all these same channels. And for those of you that will be with us tomorrow night at Monday Magic, wow, what a big week to be together.
So thank you, Amara, for bringing forward that energy as we come to a close today. And I just want to remind each and every one of you that this is a beautiful time, a time of emergence, a time of stimulation, a time of recognition, a time of remembering. And in all of that, we are lifting. So celebrate your lives. Celebrate the glory that is expressing through you, and trust that all is truly well.
Indeed.
We love you.
Namaste. Thank you for joining us at Shri and Kira Live. To have your questions answered, send us an email to guest@shriandkiraradio.com and check out more information at shriandkira.com. See you next week. Namaste.